Welcome back to Kyle's Big Board, presented by the Straight Facts Podcast, a series where we count down the top prospects in the upcoming NBA draft and analyze their games. We're giving you 7 prospects in 7 days leading up to the NBA draft this Wednesday, and today we'll be looking at the number 3 prospect on my big board, James Wiseman. Wiseman's a center from Nashville, Tennessee, who played just 3 games of college ball at Memphis before getting suspended for the rest of the season. Let's break down his game. First, let's look at his strengths, and before we look at any basketball ability, his first strength is size. He possesses elite size, standing 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan. He's also pretty strong already, but has the lengthy frame to put on at least 10 more pounds without losing any more mobility. Talking about mobility, it's a huge plus for Wiseman as he moves really well for his size. All the athleticism you could realistically ask for in a 7-footer, Wiseman has. The next strength is post defense. Though the sample size is really small, his 3 blocks per game last year was no fluke. He's a serious shot blocker with good instincts and very good timing. I have no doubt that'll translate to the next level. The other aspect of post defense when looking at a prospect is how well he's going to defend NBA bigs down low. I'm not real worried about Wiseman in this category either. He's very physical, and given his shot blocking ability, he's going to be able to have other bigs alter their shots when trying to score on him. The last strength is shooting potential. I didn't get into his post game, but it's what you need out of an NBA big, and I'm not worried. But the next step in offensive progression for him will definitely be his ability to move out and score from further than just the post. He's already shown he can be a great mid-range shooter with a little more repetition, but I think he even has the tools to become a capable 3-point shooter as well. He has a nice shooting stroke and hit many threes in high school, and if he's able to put this in his game, he's not just going to be a stretch big. He'll be a legitimate big man who just so happens to be able to shoot. An example is like a Joel Embiid there. But now let's move on to his weaknesses. The first has to be shot selection. He has a tendency to settle for a fadeaway or a jumper just a little too much for a guy of his size. While he has shown significant promise in these places, his physical and athletic traits are seemingly wasted in these situations. The next weakness is post skill moves. He overly relies on his left hand for one, but he hasn't shown too many great post moves either. A lot of this is because he hasn't had to, but I'd like to see better body control and footwork for Wiseman in the paint. He gets a little off balance on post spins and drop steps, which maybe isn't so much of a weakness but more of inexperience, as he really didn't have a college season. Now let's get into an NBA comparison, and I know some people might see this as a reach, but if Wiseman does get to his super high potential, my comparison is without a doubt Anthony Davis. Both are unicorn athletes for their size, and I know AD is a better ball handler, shot creator, shooter, the list goes on, but Wiseman has the capabilities to acquire all of these skills. The one I'd have the most behind Anthony Davis would be ball handling, but take that away from AD and he's still a superstar. I think if Wiseman were to model his game around any current NBA big, it has to be AD. To conclude, James Wiseman is this new age big that we really haven't seen in the NBA much of yet. He's already a really good player, but looking at him as a draft prospect, it's hard to miss all of the potential he has to become great. While some teams might look for a little more skill or experience in a top 3 prospect, I think you can look past that in this situation, and he should without a doubt be selected in the top 3. But that's all for today's episode of Kyle's Big Board presented by the Straight Facts Podcast. Let me know what you guys think of James Wiseman in the comment section down below, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow when I break down the number 2 player on my big board. I hope everyone's staying safe, staying healthy, and of course, getting buckets. I'll see you guys next time.